howdy doodies. Okay, I'm gonna make this video and then I have to meet my husband, so I'm gonna do this quickly. Okay, so this video, sun tanning again. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, oh sugar, my timer. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you guys how to start. You've chosen your sunbed place that you're gonna go to. You're not gonna go on there with any creams that you bought for $80, which is unnecessary, and now we start. So you're gonna go on a medium bed, which is a bed that has really good light bulbs in it, that has been replaced properly. It's a 20-minute bed, and this is how you're gonna start. I started at 3 minutes, and it was fine for me, but for safety's sake, you'd rather go your first time for 2 minutes and get no tan whatsoever, then you know you've been safe. With 3 minutes, if you've never seen the sun, if you whatever, you might get a slight pink tinge, which might freak you out. So start with 2 minutes. So in the beginning, when you've never tanned before, you guys need to go, you can't go once a week, because your melanin needs to be stimulated on a regular basis to be able to change color and stay that color. So if you start tanning in the beginning and you go once a week, you're going to tan and your melanin is going to start changing, and then if you wait a week, your melanin is going to go back to its original color, then you're going to go again, and if you try and up your minutes, you're going to burn. So that's not a good idea. The whiter you are, the less time you're going to spend on the bed and the more often you need to go, okay? So this is what you're going to look for when you tan. You're going to go your first day. You have to have a 24-hour period. So you're going to have a day of non-tanning and then a day of tanning. So if you want to go on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or go on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, skip the weekend, go on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday again. Do not go 2 days in a row, okay? And another thing quickly, don't ever wax or shave directly after you've tanned, okay? Because that is not a good idea. I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is the first day you're going to go for your 2 minutes. You shouldn't tan. You don't actually get melanin changes when you lie on the sunbed. The actual melanin change comes 6 hours after you've been on the sunbed, okay? So when you get off the sunbed, you might have kind of a pink tinge all over your body and your face and everything, which is just a heat glow, okay? If you get off the sunbed, and I doubt very much at 2 minutes you're going to get a pink tan, but anyway. So if you guys start at 3 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever, and you get pink, okay, directly when you get off the sunbed, that means it was too much. So you're going to need to wait 2 to 3 days before you can go in the sunbed again. Don't go that route. Start with 2 minutes, play it safe. So you're going to go for 2 minutes on your sunbed. You're going to leave the salon. Then that night, before you go to bed, you're going to look at your stomach. Okay, your stomach is the thing that's going to tan the darkest, the fastest, and it's going to give you an indication of how much your skin can tolerate. Okay, so you're going to look at your stomach that night. If your stomach is pinkish that night, then you know you have had a melanin change. However, the next morning when you get up, you shouldn't be pink anymore. If you are still pink, that means that you still are in the process of getting a melanin change. That means you're going to have 2 days before you can go in the sunbed again. If, however, the next day you have now gone from pink to brown or pink to normal again or whatever, then you know the next day you can, like with a day in between, so the day after that, the Wednesday say, you can tan again. Okay, if you stayed pink longer than that one evening, do not up your minutes, okay? If, however, you go on your tanning bed for 2 minutes, that evening you're pink, the next day you're not pink anymore, then you can up your minutes to 3, okay? Then you're going to go 3 minutes on the tanning bed. If you're pink that night and you're not pink the next day, then the next time you go, you're going to up your minutes to 4. However, if you've gone up to 3 minutes, you're pink that night, the next morning you're still pink. Every single time, excuse me, every single time you guys are pink for the next day, that means you cannot up your minutes and you have to wait 2 days before you go in the sunbed again, okay? So if you go in the bed for 3 minutes, you're pink that night, that's a good thing. If you're pink the next day still, or the next morning, then you're going to wait another day before you go in the sunbed. You're going to stay at 3 minutes. And if you're going to stay at 3 minutes, if you have to stay at 3 minutes for 3 or 4 or 5 sessions, that's fine. You stay at 3 minutes. If you have gone past your, okay, so you've done your 3 minutes, say 2 or 3 times, you've gone Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you've done your 3 minutes and whatnot, and you're at the point where you're only pink at night and not pink in the morning again, that's the only time, guys, you up your minutes. And never ever up your minutes by 2. The difference that 2 minutes can make in burning your skin versus tanning your skin is huge. Always, always, always you go up by 1 minute at a time. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you've gone 2 minutes, okay? Now you go, okay, well, the next morning, I'm not pink anymore, so now you go to 3 minutes, okay? Then on 3 minutes, you might be pink that evening, you might be pink the next day. If you're not pink the next morning, that means when you go in the sunbed again, you're going to go up to 4 minutes. Most probably at 4 minutes, depending on what your skin does. Some people recover really quickly and they get a tan real quick and blah, 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 but they haven't seen the sun for so long that they think they're white and they're always going to be white, but they actually have melanin that wants to be tanned. Like a lot of you guys are going to be so surprised at the color that you have at the end of 3 or 4 or 5 months that you didn't think you'd have. Other people will struggle more. People that are redheads and people with freckles and stuff like that, you're going to get the same thing. And you can tan too, and you're going to have to decide what you're going to do. I'm not going to go into the whole discussion of am I going to have more freckles or not. You guys are going to have to decide what you want to do or what not. So that's not what this is about. This is about teaching you how to do it. So every single time, this is the rule of thumb. When you go on a tanning bed for however many minutes you go, you work your way up by 1 minute at a time. You have to be pink that night before you go to bed. If you're not pink that night, then you wait your day and you up your minute for sure. Okay, so if you guys, that means that you have had no melanin changes or anything going on in your body. So if you go for 2 minutes, if you start off with 2 minutes, that night you don't even have a slight pinkness, then you know for a fact the next time you have to go up 3 minutes. Then that night, if you've done 3 minutes and that night you're not even pink, then you know you have to go up 4 minutes. So the pinkness of your stomach is going to be the deciding factor as to how often you are going to up your minutes and how long it's going to take you to build up a tan. Okay? So you're going to keep on doing that, starting at 2 minutes, then 3 minutes, then 4 minutes, then 5 minutes. Now, a lot of people, you can work your way up to 20 minutes. However, this is the thing that you guys have to know. If you stop tanning for some reason, so say you've worked your way up to 10 minutes on the sunbed, you can go 10 minutes. You still have to go 3 times a week for 10 minutes, right basically up until you get to 14 or 15 minutes. If you get to 14 or 15 minutes, you can cut down to twice a week, or you can cut down to once a week, blah, 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 something like that. However, if at any point, at any minutes, say you're at 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, you didn't get to go and tan for a week, okay? You don't go back on the sunbed at 10 minutes. So say you have worked your way up to 10 minutes, but you don't get to go on the sunbed for 10 minutes. You don't go back after a week of not tanning and start again at 10 minutes, okay? You go 1 minute down or even 2 minutes down and you start back at 8 minutes. Never ever not go on a sunbed for a while or for 6 weeks or 4 weeks. I've seen people do that. They go in the sunbed, they've got this gorgeous tan, then they go away and they get busy and they don't tan for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. Then they come back, they go on the bed for 10 minutes, and then they end up looking like a hot tamale or a tomato or something like that. Don't ever, ever do that. If you have missed tanning sessions, you always, when you go back to a tanning salon after having missed sessions, you always cut your minutes down. You never continue where you stopped, okay, unless you've been going on a regular basis. You guys will get to a point, most probably in your first year, where for the first 12 weeks, I would say you guys are going to have to tan 3 times a week. It's going to be a question of looking at your skin, and you're going to have to use some common sense here, okay? I can't tell each one of you exactly what you're going to do because each person's skin is going to react differently. But you're going to have to, at least for the first 12 weeks, go 3 times a week until you have a little bit of a base. Then you can cut down to twice a week. I would stay at twice a week for the first year. And people, if you guys are going to do this and commit to this, it would be a good thing to go for a whole year. Don't stop in the winter and don't start again from scratch when summertime comes. If you guys want to permanently get a stronger skin that is not going to be prone to getting cancer, this is something that you guys are going to need. It took me 6 years to go from an ivory, well, 5 years to go from an ivory complexion to permanently having a medium tan skin tone where I don't burn in the sun anymore, okay? But you guys are going to have to be committed to this and keep on doing this for a year, most probably 2 years of doing this. Now, you're not going to go 3 times a week for a year. You're going to go 3 times a week until you have a base color. And then to maintain that base color and to make sure that your skin stays strong so that whenever you go in the sun, you guys can go then twice a week or something like that. Now, when you guys have a base tan, People, you do not need to put a sunblock on your skin of 60 or something like that. You shouldn't be going higher than 20. If you guys, well actually it's 15, but for now, for your first year, I will say 20. I don't use a sunblock that's any higher than 15 because the skin cannot penetrate, the sun cannot penetrate your skin at such a high level. And you do want to have some skin, some tan. The tanning bed is a preparation for you guys to be able to go out in the sun and not burn and be healthy and get vitamin D and all of those things. So that's the important factor. I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, ask below and I will answer as many as I can. Okay guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.